Oh, and Abraham uses car fire page with penalty and Kayo. It's the second one of the qualifying session. Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League here for the season 25 Belgium Grand Prix for tonight. And it's been a bit of a moist qualifying session here. It never rains in Tier 1, but it always rains in Tier 2 and Tier 3. Hopefully, we don't get another Tier 3 Mexico, where it was just weird conditions the whole race. And I'm back in the com box again. Jack is not here, so we'll welcome me back in the com box once again. Yeah, flags with the TS mines going nose to tail. On board with the Dutchman, Joey. Down the straight. Obviously no DRS in these conditions. Using all the track available. Bit of curb, pushes him wide a little bit, down to third momentarily. Probably the best thing to do. Hovers it in fourth, managing that throttle nicely. And then ABS kicking into motion, full braking, one into the apex, down to second. And short shifting to third and fourth. Getting the car rated for, no name. Don't track extend it, it's very easy to track extend. Another difficult corner, especially in the wet conditions. Who on? Don't track extend here, it's so easy to try and carry too much speed. But stays within the lines nicely. Now through the chicane here, I don't know the name for this chicane. I'll just call it the long chicane, because it's quite a long chicane. Into this corner here, which I forgot it's called as well. Not Rivage, is it? I don't know. I don't see whether it's up or down in his lap time. But I'm sure he's up. Going around Blanchimont into the bus up chicane. ABS kicking in nicely. Getting the car slowed down. Nice, using the throttle on the way out. Squeeze it across the line. It's a 21.8. Oh, he is off by 35 thousandths of a second. But unfortunately, he's got a 5 second time fire players grid penalty for illegal blocking on an AI. Which is a bit shit, not gonna lie. Dark Ninja is 2 tenths down on his lap here. Is he going to improve? He does improve by 2 tenths, but it's not enough gaining a place. And finally goes pole. 31.5. For someone that doesn't use uses ABS in Tier 1, that's pretty impressive, especially in these moist conditions. I think the rain's actually slowing down here, which is probably helping the lap times, because it doesn't seem to rain as much as it was earlier. And that is your qualifying session done and dusted. And your 10 seconds, 5 second time penalty. Okay, for pole position then, it's Toby P2, and you can see that happen. Abraham will then start P13, so it'll be Danny P4. Joey P3. No, Danny P3, Kara P4, to be Telecom P5, and then I think it'll be Joey P6, so P7, sorry, and then it'll be Side Effects P7, Darkin P8, Ketting P9, Maldi P10, Hallam P11, Vidana P13, then it'll be Abraham, then it'll be Kayo, Baboli, Emre, Tanner Alkin, and Sem, and at the back we have, Santiago, who's going to win by 15 seconds. If you don't mind me, I'm going to go for literally about 2 minutes, so give me a second. Right, I am back. We have not even got to the time yet. Excellent. I have been told it'll be raining for the first 15 minutes of this race or so. And it should transition into dry conditions. So we'll see how that goes out. Be interested to see when the rain ends, and because it's Belgium, with its very long lap, I think it's going to be crucial to find the right time to pit. It's going to be 5 lights here then for the cars ahead. And it's lights out and away we go. Here's the Haas already spun round already, and he's taken out all the people at the back. That's Emrich spanning to Yar and Semig. That was, and he's got a 5-second turn penalty for it already. That's the quickest penalty I've probably ever seen in the league race. Oh, there's a car barriers at the back. It's Williams, it's Abraham. He's got in the midfield tangle where he shouldn't have been, and he's now got no front wing. I think he's got as a virtual safety car, so Santiago's going to stay slow. And now Jerry's got a 5-second tagging penalty for side effects for gaining a place. Yeah, I'm a bit lost here. As a mixed start to the race. It's only a virtual, so nothing will make do of that as of yet in terms of affecting the race. Darkened having a bit of a slide there. So I'll navigate through who on the Aston Martin's now right on the back of Calumet. Emma Kettin, or Chetin, sorry. No, this is done. Kyra, also no yellow flags. So Alice now for a Mayo. It's Santiago's been involved in another one. Another virtual safety car. I wonder if Emma has just forgot how to drive the car. But I don't know who caused it though. That's 2 safety cars, and I haven't even started lap 2 yet. Kayo and Abraham all in the pits. And Ucon's got a drive-through penalty. I think a lot of people have. A lot of people got drive-throughs. Toby, Taylor, Kyra, they all got penalties. Astonishing. Unbelievable. That's going to hurt them. Oh, and Williams off, and the Ferrari's looking away through the McLaren. And nothing comes out of that. I don't think Kyra's meant to be out there. Keep it within the line, Sunshine. Here comes Toby. Yellow flags. Amir A he's coming to this race. He's a new driver, and he's not driving in the way he should be driving. And here comes Jerry and Toby. Up the inside. Oh, there's collisions, and Toby's pushed Jerry off the circuit. And Jerry's round. Oh, he's onto the gravel. He's onto the because he got on the grass. And yeah, well, that's probably going to be a penalty for Jerry because he's just sorry for Toby because he's just shoved him right off. You can't just shove me off like that. Unfortunately. Well, I think he has a drive through anyway. Excuse me. If I was people who only need top 3 here, I'd do it as late as you can. Try and open up a gap if possible. Right, he's coming in this lap. Yep, so Kira and Toby both go in, so there's Taylor as well. More yellow flags, I think he's crashed again. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. But Tharlo leads the way then for Danny from side effects, then Darkin, and then Callum, and Dilemma in P6. Then you got followed by the two Aston Martins of Emirates, Chetin, and you get Barbali. And here comes you get Barbali. Maldi, overtaken you get Barbali. Oh, for 9 places is the Red Bull driver. It's been a good start for him then. Stayed out of trouble. He's not getting any penalties. Thing about these wet conditions, there's lots of winners and losers from these. When that's like dry conditions, generally everyone stays the same. That's a very wide line by Babuli there. But Callum is very, very close to the back of side effects here. But loses a bit of time through this section here. More yellow flags. He spun again. He's gone again, hasn't he? Is he running 50-0 rings or something? He's making it seem like it's that. And more he's spinning is only making it worse for his rear tyres. Meanwhile, these top two, Tharlo and Danny, are pulling away. They're having the time of their life. I wonder when this dry spell is coming. Danny's just replied to the Tharlo's lap immediately, showing that he is as quick as him, if not faster. Kind of having a little bit of a sneaky look. Or maybe it's just a friend from Dilemma. The Dilemma is now all over the back of him. Dilemma had a bit of beef in qualifying. Dilemma was holding Callum up, and Emirates A has gone again at Stoney. But here comes Dilemma. He's using those dry wings. Well, side effects is just getting mugged here. He's lost 2 places in the space of 1 straight. Clearly not having any interest in getting any of the fight there. Might as well just let them go and sort it another day and let these guys scramble. He's gone again. He's gone again. He's out now. It's a safety car. He has caught a safety car. Now, what do you do now? Do you stay on these intermediates and wait for the dry period? Or do you go for a fresh set of inters? Hope you get through, but you then put yourself in that sort of midfield group. What do they do? Because if I pits and everyone else stays out, he's basically just fucked himself. So I'm interested to see what everyone does. Opted to go in there. Danny does the same. And Darkin also comes in as well. The side effect stays out. Interesting. Anyway, Chetin says that as well. Tharlo comes back out in P2. That's great for Tharlo. Let's go for Danny because Danny's lost 2 more places. So the problem is the safety cars around Belgium is that 2 laps of Belgium is a long. It's almost 10% of the race. But if you get a safety car with 2 laps in Austria, it's like 5% of the race. It takes up a lot. If there's like 4 safety cars, it'll take up like literally half the race. That's one problem with Belgium in the F1 game, is that the safety car, if you have multiple safety cars, it just take up pretty much the majority of the race. In this game, it has a minimum of 2 laps of safety cars. And probably maximum of 3. I don't think it does more than 3. With that Williams catch up, the M8A guy, he was due to retire at some point. I don't know where he's come from. Whether it's like a brother of Emre Çetin or someone else, I don't know. But he spent half his time, more time facing backwards and sideways than forwards. I'm just going there on pits. Interesting stuff here. Don't know what's going on. Got some legal overtakes going on, I'm not sure. Right, it's going to be a very long lap of safety car. It's going to be like 3-minute lap time or something. Oh, its speed would have been 30 seconds. I haven't even ended the first sector yet. It's still raining. I can only assume it's going to dry out soon. Because it's been, what, at least 10 minutes of racing now. I'm assuming the rain's going to end in probably the next 10 minutes or so. So, I can only assume this rain's going to end in the next few laps, probably in the next 5 laps or so. So, we will see how that goes. But you can see the tyres there. You can see who opted for new tyres and who decided to stay out. These new tyres are going to give them a lot more grip. Rain doesn't definitely look like it's slowing down, that's for sure. Well, when does side effects go? Been 2.5 minute lap time and they haven't even reached Brancham on it. This is what I mean by the safety cars last a long time. Then does he go? He can leave it to the bus-stop chicane, but if he does that, it'll be about 3.5 minute lap times. Or he can go earlier and hopefully spread out the grid a little bit. There he goes, just before the bottom chicane. And he's gone. Just don't overshoot the chicane, which he almost did. Because this gives Tharlo a great run. And look at the traction that Tharlo had there. That's what happens when you have full traction control. You have zero speed out the corners, and Tharlo's been parked. Look at him, no chance, absolutely no chance. I know these guys got new tyres though. That is a good excuse for it though. Here comes Danny. Also gone for a new set of tyres. Get close. Is he going to make a move? He's going to be careful, doesn't hit the Aston Martin. The Red Bull goes wide and then gives him the Aston Red Bull space. He's going to have the extra grip to get round in. He's got the position done. Right. Somebody came out here, swapping places it. More yellow flags. It's a Ferrari. It's a Coyote. This grid is now in an AlphaTauri sandwich. And we're checking this out. All on the back of side effects. Side effects. Look at the gap Tharlo's just gained. 2.5 seconds in the space of less than a lap. Oh, that's a warning for side effects. Unfortunately, oh look at Danny! He's come out of nowhere, and through he goes. I didn't even realise he was even there. I thought it was just these two. And he's got wide himself. Has yeah, and he's got a penalty for it. He's just drove himself off the circuit. Here comes Tanner now. Really struggling in these conditions is Emma Chesson. And Toby's looking to go around the outside. He's getting absolutely mugged. Toby's very close to the back of Tanner here. Rain's still falling. Look at the speed Tanner's got. Oh, and Sandwich has been hit. And Sandwich looks to go back onto the racing line, but by Toby Sanders, he's closing that gap that was there when he hit the brakes, and then suddenly it's not. That is effectively moving in the braking zone. That gap that was there, that Toby was braking into, suddenly just gone. Around the outside, no chance. It's just getting swarmed. That full traction is really hurts you in these conditions. Yes, it's good comfort. Oh, he's hit the back of the McLaren. Can't have a steady corner speed through that. But yeah, problem is using full traction control. It's that it uses a lot more fuel because you're using it on the throttle more, and it just slows you down so much out of these corners, like too much. Look at them, they're gone. And they're not. And they're on similar age. Toby's on the same age tyres as side effects, and he's gone. Yeah, flags. It's a colour. It's Jerry. Jerry has been spun off. Not well sure by himself, or is it a collision? This rain's about to stop because I can see it. And Kyle's got a 5-second time penalty between track limits, and he's lost multiple places. That might be an unfair penalty actually, because it was still off the circuit. Unfortunately, oh, and Joey's into the barriers. Right. Okay. Okay, Joey. Okay. Safety car is out. I'm not going to say anything here, because if I say anything, I'll be in big trouble. The safety car is out. And Joey goes on to the mediums. So, rain is on its way out. And it's another safety car. I believe our fourth, if you include the 2 virtuals. So we've only got 1 safety car left, and there's still 14 laps to go. Interesting. Interesting stuff here. No comments on Joey there. I mean, we saw it 4K. Right. The rain is pretty much stopping now. I think everyone's going to come in for slicks. Because by the time we've done 2 extra laps, like another 5 minutes of lap time, it's going to be dry. Everyone's coming in. Oh, Toby stays out. Sam stays out. Williams stays out. Abraham stays out as well. More people saying that than I thought. That's interesting. I think, no, safety car's there. And they're all opting for medium tyres, and the rain has stopped. Side takes it onto softs. Well, he's not going to the end. Why is he on softs? He's not going to make it to the end on those tyres. Those tyres only do about 9 laps. He's got to do 13 on them. And they're going to have a couple laps of safety car. That is not the right tyre to be on. I'm sorry, but it just isn't. Those tyres are... I mean, he will be struggling for grip by about lap 18. Yeah, I don't think that's a good call by side effects. I think that's a mistake there. Oh, so a bit of a mix of mediums and inters at the moment. Interesting to see what the inters runs and the inter runners do, because they've got to come in there now, because the rain stopped. I know it's still wet, but it's not too far away from slicks. You know what this game is like. It's interesting that it stayed out though. It was interesting. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what's going through their head. I know it's still wet for now. I'm not sure whether they're hoping it's still going to be wet by, but surely in like 4 minutes time it's going to be almost dry. I don't know what's going on. Just makes this race longer than it needs to be. Really difficult to warm these sides up in these conditions. Yeah, Santiago's in P8 at the moment. It's not so easy to get past everyone when the safety car keeps coming out, is it? Right, does Toby pit? He does. Barlow stays out, obviously. Tem stays out, and so does Abraham. Toby's opted to pit. Another... Oh, it's mediums, okay. I thought it was another percent intermediates then. There's a few people in the pits here. And Joey's coming back in, I assume, for another set of mediums. Or a set of softs. I guess he just wants the extra lap of tyre life. It's another set of intermediates. And Kyle's been given a drive-through penalty, a disqualified, for blocking the pit lane entry. And he's got a front wing damage. Has he crashed into the pit lane exit and then got a disqualified for blocking the pit lane entry? Well. Okay. Interesting. Joey and Marley both opted for sub-intermediates. Basically, they're screwed. Race strategy. Have they got the race strategist for Ferrari or something? Unless they think it's still too wet for the slicks. But you got to forget, they've got to make a pit stop to come back onto the slicks. So somehow they need to find 20 seconds on everyone. Right. Mediums against intermediates. When does Solo go? I think he'll leave it until after the bus-up chicane. He does not want to give us interrunners any chance of an advantage. You want to hope he can hold on into Lecombe. But I don't know where the slicks stand against the intermediates right now. He's taken a very, very, very wide entry. And Sam has, the Inters. Oh, I thought I almost lost it. It's intermediate conditions still, and there's car on the barriers, and it's a McLaren. That's Callum, and it's still intermediate conditions right now. And now Thorlo is sprinting backwards. It's been a terrible start. And a Ferrari going sideways as well. Sorry now for Romeo. And these slicks are still not ready yet. It is still intermediate conditions. What is going on with Maldi and Talon? Sorry, and Joey. Has it actually made it? Is it really not dried out in like last 10 minutes? This rain is taking a long time to dry out. Normally it takes about, 10 minutes or so. It's dry enough for slicks, but it's been raining, it stopped raining now for a good 6-7 minutes yet. And there's yellow flags, and McLaren is round. Oh, and the Red Bull spinning as well. Turner. And there's a Ferrari off as well. Toby's been involved in that as well. These slicks are not giving it. And Maldi's up into P4. Maldi's up into P4. And now the other Alpine, the side effects is getting swamped. He might be on softs. It might give him a bit of advantage. Oh, he's been shoved into the barriers. None of them have got grip. They can't give the space if they haven't got the grip to give the space. And it's been Alpine's. Oh, it's too wide. No. Oh, yeah. And there goes Starlight. And Maldi is up into P3. It's just overtaking Joey. Oh, Joey was already behind anyway. I mean, it's now a 12-second gap. The problem with this game is that it's really inconsistent. At one time it dries out in the space of like 2 laps. And other times it takes about 10 laps to dry out. In this case, it's just not drying out. It's still too wet. They've already built a 4-second gap already. There goes Joey on Maldi. I mean, Joey is obviously clearly the fastest driver of the two. One's quick enough for tier 1. One's not quick enough for tier 3. Oh, and there's lots of twisting, turning. These slicks Still no grip. Still nothing. The rain stopped on lap 9. And there's still no grip. And the Ferrari's off the circuit. Wet, dry tyres on a wet track challenge. But none of them are opting to go back into the pits. Apart from Tharlo. Tharlo's gone back to Inters. I think that might be the right choice for the moment. That gap's now 8 seconds in the space of one sector. 9 seconds. 10 seconds. Luckily, Danny's good in these conditions. So he's able to use that advantage for himself. And at least get away from the other runners. That's the main thing. Danny is keeping a gap to the rest of the slick runners. He's down out of trouble. But every lap it is going to get better for these slick tyres. But they're going to be absolutely destroying these tyres at the moment because they're sliding all over the place unless the wet conditions actually help the tyres. You're more sliding than actually drifting. As Abraham's looking to go up inside a semi-K. He's got the move done. A bit of the tail waggle on the exit of that corner. And down goes Sem, and Abraham has to back out of it. Up to P1 again. As Joe's smashed that out of the race. 20 seconds is the gap. You should space him 20 seconds in a lap. It's going to be about, I think actually about 17, 18. And Danny's gone wide himself. And now, yeah, Santiago is now right behind him. And you get a volley. Multiple warnings. Tharlo's already up into P8 on the intermediates. It's still Inters. As yellow flags, Danny's round. Tharlo has done the best choice here by going back onto the intermediates. The rest of the drivers are sticking it out, but it's just not drying up, is it? Tharlo was last, about 10 seconds behind the next car in front. He's now up into P6. Oh, there's a car at the barriers! And there's a safety car. And now, Tharlo, he's just got past Danny at the perfect time there. But now, is it time for soft tyres? Or do you stick it back out on Inters? Because this helps the people that are mediums to catch back up here and question their choices. Do they get back onto intermediates and hope this track stays wet? Or do they opt for a set of softs and hope that it dries in the next 2 to 3 laps? And Sam is in. It is starting to look a little bit drier. But what happened to Santiago? Did he have a collision with Danny? It's another set of intermediates. What does Abraham go on to? Is it a set of slicks or is it a set of Inters? It is another set of Inters. What did Jerry go on to? It's another set of intermediates. It's a set of softs for Maldi. He's gone for it. He's took that risk. He's going to hope that it dries out in the next couple of laps. I mean, surely it's gone too soon. I've never seen the track stay wet for about 10 laps after it stopped raining. Dilemmas have tired in the pit lane. Don't know why. It's been most bit of a mixture here. Some have gone back out on slicks, softs or mediums, and some gone back onto intermediates. So a bit mixed choice here. Some are hoping this track stays wet, and some are hoping it's still going to dry out. So you've got Mallory who's gone from inters to slicks, and there's people who've gone from slicks back onto slicks, and there's other people who've gone from slicks back onto intermediates. Nobody knows. The thing is now, I don't think there could be any more safety cars, because I think this is the last one. Bert Malander is going to run out of fuel soon. Right, it's going to be interesting. It says it's still, I never know, but it's sweat so long. Was it Netherlands that was similar, where it stops raining but it took like forever to dry out? I think it was. I think it was Netherlands. It just stayed wet for like half the race. And I think this is the case today. It's literally just stayed wet for literally the whole race, even after it stopped raining. I think it was like that. The only thing was that I think it was the other way round. Even though the track was wet, it was still slicks. And the people in intermediates were still slower, I think. Not sure, I can't remember. It was a little time ago. I think it was about 6 months back now. Yeah, we've had about 50 races since then. But is it going to be dry enough? There's still plenty of spray coming off these cars. One thing for I think for the next game, we've been seeing from clips where apparently there'll be dry lines forming. And you can go off the track and cool your tyres down. It actually works like that. We've seen clips from that on social media where you can actually get off the track and it actually cools the tyres down, especially in the drying phases. It's interesting to see. Yeah, it's interesting to see. Obviously, I'm hoping that makes the weather generally more realistic anyway, because, well, you've got to fix the weather and the track conditions first before you start doing all that. Otherwise, if this is the case, we would have a dry line, but then still soaking wet everywhere else. And they'd be like, well, feel free to go up the insides, but you might find yourself in the barriers about 400 metres further down the road, because the track's still wet on the exit of the out the line. We're still waiting for Yugi Babali. He's on slicks, and we're waiting for him to catch up. We're still on board with him, see what these slicks look like. It just doesn't look good, does it? It just doesn't look like he's still on the grip. I know he's probably not the best driver to look at. But it just doesn't look like they have much fit to it. He's not exactly pushing, is he, though? See what the thing... Oh, it looks like we're darking going into this buzz-up chicane. He's going back in. He's going back into pits. He's going back in for intermediates. Surely. Unless he's going back on another set of softs. I mean, we still have at least 2 or 3 sets available because we had a wet qualifying. And it is another. It's intermediates. He's gone. No, it is just not dry enough for slicks. He's gone back on to intermediates, and Tanner's going to be looking at that thinking, should I have done the same? Because also, Darkin is back in. No, sorry, Tommy's back in the pits. He's going for mediums, and Kyra's coming to the pits now. Is he going to go back in intermediates? No, he's set softs. It's just changing tyres. So Darkin has opted to go back on it. This is the way they're all pitting, but they're all doing opposites. Tarkin's gone from slicks to inters, and Toby has gone back from intermediates onto slicks. Why has he gone to mediums? That's the question. That's the thing. Why mediums? Why not softs? I mean, there's no way he's used 3 sets in the space of last 17 laps. That's for sure. No, he's completely. He's not even used the softs. But why has he not gone to softs with what 6 laps to go? Interesting. I just don't know. It's still wet, isn't it? Is he getting able to catch up? I'm using off the gears, but first gear through there. Oh dear, that's not good. That's a 5th gear call in the dry. No name. And in comes the safety car. Is Jiggett going to catch up? It's going to be close. You know how long the guys take down that straight to build a gap to the safety car. I don't know, it might just catch up. Unfortunately, the game limits your speed for some reason. Oh, it's giving full throttle now. There you go, it's caught up. Almost crashes into the back of the Williams. What the hell? Right. Let's keep our Maldi, see what he goes on. Sam goes for the restart. Still looking wet. Maldi, yep, there's still no grip. Farlow out trackers him. And now Joey is now under threat from Abraham. And Maldi's now getting swallowed up. Excellent. It's still not slicks. It is still not slicks. Oh, it's side by side through Eau Rouge. Oh, and Maldi has to go wide. And he's going to have a terrible exit. And the Ferrari's almost goes to the back of him, and that's tailing Ulcan. Ulchan, depending on how you say those C's. And it's still intermediate tyres. So Darkin has done a great choice. Toby has done the worst choice he could probably have picked. He's got better grip than Tanner, I think. It's definitely not slicks. Maldi's going to be thinking, how is it not dry enough yet? Oh, Maldi's onto the curb. That's not good, is it? Back over Ibrahim. Sam has decided to go bye-bye. Let's go for the rundown again. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 2, Tier 1 or Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 2, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 1. Excellent. By cars Tier 1, Tier 2, sorry. And Sam has set the fast lap time on the Inters. Excellent. Yeah, Maldi's lost so much time. And Maldi's off. Maldi's into the pit lane. He's going on to intermediates. It's like Netherlands. I think it's Netherlands. It's just not drying out, is it? Set of Inters. Yeah. I think as soon as you know that the track's taking ages to dry out, you're now just giving it for the intermediates because it's not drying up, obviously. If it takes more than about 5 minutes to dry out, and it's still in intermediate conditions. You may as well commit to the inters at that point. Unfortunately, we didn't get enough wet running to actually know that. I mean, we've had a wet race every race, and then we'll probably know within about a few months. But clearly, if it stays wet for too long, it's going to stay wet for the foreseeable future. It's been 10 laps since it dried out, but we've had like 2 safety cars since then. So it was about a good 20 minutes ago. 25, even 30 minutes ago that was. 10 laps ago. So we've had about at least 20 minutes of drying out, and it's still not dry yet. Just cause for some interesting races though. Sam has been overtaken by Joey. Last time I checked, Sam was about 2 seconds ahead. So what happened to Sam? Bell's had a moment somewhere, but that's quite a bit of time he's lost. And Giro flags. Oh! And follows off. Has there been a collision? Because that seems like somewhere where you've been tangled with someone. He's now behind Taylor. I know what's happening. And he's gone for the dive bomb. Up the inside. And he's got it done. And he's managed to get good traction. And he's mugged Taylor. Unless Starlo has enabled his ABS. That was a very good overtake. For somebody that doesn't use ABS. So somebody that does use ABS. If it wasn't ABS. There comes Callum on DJ Danny. Look at Maldi, and he's just gaining time everywhere. Strange. It really, really strange this game is. Can't wait to get off it. Sam's just completely lifted off there. I wonder how much fuel these guys have got left over. Because there's been a lot of safety car laps. There's only 2.5 laps to go. For these guys anyway. For the slick guys, I might as well say 5. And Melody's caught up 2.5 seconds in the space of a sector. Anyway, Chester's got a 3 second time penalty. Just make Melody's HS a bit more, well, interesting. There's now Ibrahim. He's still looking on the back of Semit. He is carrying a penalty. Danny is now 2.5 seconds behind him with Callum for company. But these guys in front and behind him all on penalties. So the thing is, Callum is still going to be racing for Abraham for that P4 because both of them have penalties. Well, I'll say P4. It's probably going to be about P5 because Callum's going to lose multiple places because he's got Dollar and side effects behind him. Never mind. Dollar's just got a time penalty. Never mind. As he picks some pace up on side effects, both of them low on battery. At least side effects always. Oh. And here comes Darkin on the fresher intermediates. Oh, a bit nudgy. Oh, and side effects. Surely he's outbrake himself. No, he's got it. I think side effects. Darkin wants to break early. So he continues to hold on for the lead. Maldi's now caught up to the guys in front. Oh, and that's the mine's gone, so that makes Maldi's life a lot easier. Next is Kyra and Tano. And then Toby, I think, is maybe a little bit too far up the road. He's about 8 seconds ahead of him. Bouncing on Thalo and side effects. Side by side through P1. Bus up chicane. Side effects. It's full traction control. It's just he's got no traction, is he? That full traction literally ruins him about 3/10 a lap. Look, gone. No chance. All a bit wide by the dark in there. Maldi, see him mix up the image, goes up the inside. Oh, come on, Maldi. Come on. Chettingham looks like he's about to retire from the Grand Prix. Last lap of the race then. Jerry continues to hold on from his fellow countryman. And that's a wet tyre for Emma Chetting. I don't think that's the right tyre to be on. Been drying up for about last half an hour. This gives me Turkey 2020 and 2021 vibes, where the track just does not want to dry out. And DRS has just been enabled after 13 laps and about 2 safety cars. DRS has finally been enabled. The slick's still a little bit into it, still a little bit tight. Joey defends heavily. Sem's going to go for the switchback. He's going to have a little bit of DRS to help him to the line, but the line's too close and Joey hangs on. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Sem P2, Ibrahim P3, Danny P4. Danny will get P3. Callum P5. And then Darky P6, Taylor P7, Tharlo will finish P8. But it'll be P9 with penalties if Tharlo lets him keep going. He does get it. Toby will hang on for the last point position. Melody just managed to get himself back onto P11. But the damage has been done. I think it's just starting to get to slicks, probably about now-ish. The fact that DRS has been enabled, and Tanner's gone sliding across the line. You get Baboli. Oh, Emma Chetton's faster on wets. That's something. Oh, has he got some ideas? What? He's in the back. How is he not out? How did he not? I know we got reduced damage, but how is he not out? But yeah. Interesting. Callum driver of the day. You know what? Nobody deserved driver of the day today. It's just one of those races where everything's on pure luck or just being on the right tyres at the right place at the right time. But I don't think anyone stood out today. Maybe Danny, just because I like Danny. That's it, podium. That's a great camera angle game. Nice. All you can see is the fence. There you go, there's your podium. It's a Dutch 1-2. And a Britain P3. And it's back raining again on the game. Well, that is your race done then. I don't know how Sem lost that time, but it cost him the win. Joey P1, Sem P2, Danny P3, Ibrahim P4, Callum P5, Darkin P6, Taylor P7, Sound Effects P8, Tharley P9, and then you've got Toby finishing out the points in P10, ST Maldi in P11, and then you've got Kyra Tanner in P12 and P13. You get Baboli and Emily Chettin finish off the finishers there, and your DNS were Dilemma, Yar Santiago, Emma A, who couldn't drive to save his life, and Coyote, who got disqualified, I believe, for crashing at the exit of the pit lane and getting blocking the pit lane because of the crash. That is your rundown, and it was very interesting. Very interesting. Almost gave Mexico vibes. But Mexico, so Mexico tier 3 it was raining the whole race, but it was slicks pretty much most of the race, maybe intermediates. This race, it's not even been raining most of the race, but it's been basically inters, even though it's been not been raining the whole race. I love this game, but we will see you then tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll have some normal conditions for you. I'm not going to bother coming with any interviews. This race has been going on long enough. Hit the hour mark, which is we tend to avoid. And yeah, we will end it off there. So come back for tomorrow for Tier 3. Same time tomorrow at just after 8 o'clock. Come back for us then. Or if you don't want to watch that, because it's the Tier 3 drivers, and yeah, come back for us tomorrow. Not tomorrow, tomorrow. Monday, back at 7 o'clock as usual, or after 7 o'clock, back for Monza. So expect some spectacular racing. It will be STB 10-year anniversary. So please come back for them to celebrate. We will see you then. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.